Hi, Mike.
Good afternoon, Doc.
Today we're going to talk about AI agents. This video will uh, discuss what they are, what they do, when you might want to use them, and we'll be using Claude for examples.
Great.
So their software agents or software applications might be a Python application, for example, that focuses on local projects. You would build them with the intent that they focus on local projects, and they define commands for frequent operations. The agent we're going to look at today, I asked Claude to build the agent,
Okay.
and I gave it the domain, and it created a Python code with member functions to trigger the appropriate operations. You can do that by hand just as well.
Mhm.
Either way, it's nice that you can do it with an LLM with an AI because that's quick, and then you can always go in and edit it and
Right.
change it to suit your purposes.
Right.
So the agent provides helper functions to read and write from files, and it also uses the platform messaging API, HTTPS messaging, and usually you use a platform key to manage that, and that when you use a key, that extends the number of tokens that you can pass before being stopped, before hitting a limit.
Mhm.
Okay, so unlike the chatbots, uh, agents send prompts for the AI processing they want. So uh, you may have a lot of background files, and the LLM doesn't need to know all about all of them, and you basically just send with the agent. The agent sends a prompt with just the information that the LLM needs to do what you're asking it to do.
And it can
So
affect the local file system, no problem?
yeah, that's so it's baked
Yeah.
into the
Mhm.
agent. The agent can read the local file system and tokenize that file and send it up. You don't have to paste a file at the end of a prompt, for example. And the
Yeah.
agent is doing the prompts. You're just calling member function on the agent, and that results in the agent perhaps reading the local file system and then constructing a prompt and then retrieving the response. And the response usually has methods that tell the agent, write a file
Yeah.
or create a new directory or something.
Great. Okay.
And the agents can be defined with Python, with Rust, with C++, with C Sharp. I've used mostly Python just because it's simple, and the agents aren't really a performance issue. They operate at UI speeds, and that's fine. It's the LLM that has to be fast and so on.
Neat.
I've generated a simple little example uh, that I call the dev agent, and it provides support for file analysis and improving project suggestions and showing the tree and all of these things. I didn't ask when I created this agent. I created it using Claude AI, and
Uh-huh.
I didn't tell Claude AI to put all this stuff in. I said. Uh, Develop an agent that supports local software development.
Hmm.
And it generated this. Now, I could have done a secondary prompt and asked it to add more functionality or remove functionality that I didn't want. In this case, it looked fine for the example that I wanted to use, and so I just ran with it. So it's generated using an Claude AI prompt. And Claude, the only way the chatbot, the Claude AI chatbot, can give that to you is through a local file download. And so I just went to the download file, copied it, and pasted it into the directory where I wanted to work with it.
Mhm.
And I'm executing in a Windows 11 PowerShell. Now
Okay.
you'll see as the agent runs, you'll see in the response some places where it's giving batch commands. Those batch commands are being executed on the in the containerized LLM server.
Okay.
But when it comes back to you, the agent will use PowerShell commands like run command, question mark,
Or makes sense.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So here's an example on partial response. I didn't have enough room to put much here. On the last slide, I'll show you a link to a page in my website that has all the details. It's complete, the complete response, and so on. This is just to give everybody an idea. So basically, here I'm already in the. I've run the agent, and it's come back to me. It comes back. The agent comes back to me with a U prompt, and here I'm picking one of its functions, analyze, and I tell it to analyze this Rust library. And it does that analysis of source live.rs, and now it's beginning to give me the response. Here's its purpose and functionality, and here's some things about that. And then it goes on to give me more details about what it liked and didn't like about this particular library.
And the commands you speak of, Doc, they're very reminiscent of what you'd expect to find in some of the console programs, just domain specific in this case, because you generated it yourself.
Yeah, so here,
Yeah.
these are all the commands. This is the
Oh, yeah,
totality of all the commands that
sure.
were available in this agent. Now, in a console, there's a much larger set of
Right,
commands
right,
because it's not focused on that one little tiny area. The console has to serve whatever you want to do with it. So,
right. It's very reminiscent of that model, that concept.
yeah, it's reminiscent of the model, but it's focused on this particular project, if you will. I like to think of the agents as being project specific. So that concludes the video presentation, and you'll find a whole lot more details, the entire transcript of the execution and lots of information about how the agent was built and so on at this page, CodeBytes Agent AI in my website. And this is the second presentation of a sequence. We've already done the chatbots. This is agents, and the next one will be about AI consoles.
Great. Looking forward to it. Thanks,
Yeah,
Doc.
with that, we'll say adieu.